Welcome. This is the Brews and Reviews podcast, and the usual two is not here, so we're gonna do me, JJ. We're gonna do Colin and Mr. John Germaphobe Williams. He's in Florida.
Yes, germaphobe.
All right, so this is something we're gonna start doing, and we're gonna actually talk about different topics. Most of it is gonna be related to gaming. So, what is our first in discussion?
So to start everything off for our first episode, we're going to start off with the issues, because we're gamers, so the issues we feel with pre-order bonuses and with early access type games. It's a nice idea. I think early access is a great idea. But we're going to talk about the negatives behind all these and some people that are putting a positive spin on the future of gaming, because the road that we're going down right now is not going very well as far as pre-ordering goes. It's kind of going.
Early access can be abused pretty easily now.
Yeah, like look at a game like
abused.
Yeah, like look at a game like DayZ. DayZ has really gotten the shit into that stick. Like people were so excited for a game coming out in alpha that you used to play a mod as, but now all these expectations are becoming so much greater with a development team that just doesn't have that much to work with. And they're getting a lot of pressure on every single side when people don't realize how much work goes into a game like this, and it's actually negative affecting them now because you got all this happiness, like you got all this joy of being able to play this game early, and they're doing their best. They're honestly doing their best, but then they're having games like H1Z1 coming out that are just taking it over because it's a full big game developer.
It's a genre of game that's really popular, and they're trying to work on it, but other people are just dishing out stuff quicker than they are.
Yeah, it's really hurting them.
Right now, a lot of zombie games are coming out, like Dying Light, H1Z1, and I kind of feel like the market's getting saturated with them.
Definitely, yeah. Zombie gaming has definitely become something very big.
So, what are they actually doing as far as like? Giving you, I mean, as far as pre-ordering goes, you're getting certain packages that other people won't pre-order, so you get the incentive to buy the game early. From what I see, from what I read from a couple articles that Colin showed me, there's actually you get like a heads up on a level, or like a what am I trying to say here? Like a better start than other people. Like you're a higher level than everybody else. What that comes down to is a lot of gamers are like hardcore gamers are getting, really upset about that, because people are, all you got to do is just put in a little couple extra dough, and you're just a step ahead of everybody else. And there's not really
it kind of forces you to buy it early, because you're almost like you're kind of stuck in a wall. If you want to be good and have that advantage, you got to dish out the extra cash to do so.
I mean, like games like I personally like, because for me, I'm not, I haven't played too many like computer games, but for me, like occasionally I would play like Call of Duty or something like that. And I honestly didn't see that as a big defect, because, look at it that way, because not a lot of people, from what I have seen, a lot of my friends are actually, doing the pre-ordering and stuff for Call of Duty.
But there's a lot of people that really care about even games like Call of Duty, and they feel stressed out by the fact that you have to dish out more money to do stuff quicker.
Yeah, the pre-order bonus really is ruining the market as far as just gaming in general goes. So for anybody that doesn't know, for instance, early access, here's an example of what early access is on Steam. That's usually what you see for early access. And they lay it out for you. But people don't really look into that at all. They just look at it, I'm getting to play this game now. It should have everything immediately. And it just really fucks things up. It just really ruins the way people feel about the game in general. because they're expected. We're living in an instant gratification type society now, as far as gaming goes, and they want it now. They want the game to be perfect now, not when the normal time frame for the game will take to actually be perfect. If you look at an upcoming game like Star Wars Battlefront, they're actually putting their hard work into it, and they're giving you updates. They're telling you, but they're not going to release it early just because you want it early. They're not going to do anything like that. Yeah, I think people need to be going back to things like that. Yeah. Look at the time that's put into the actual game, than just expecting things to be perfect right off the bat.
And that I think it's silly. Yeah, then that goes into like a lot of big hypes for the game, and that just didn't come out too well because like so many people that actually want it to happen as soon as possible, and it just didn't come out so well.
I can easily say that I've kind of fallen into that run of getting a game in early access and playing it for a while back in early access and kind of feeling that it was lackluster, and then when the game actually comes out, really not even touching it. And I bet a lot of people have.
Yeah, you just kind of forget about the game. You're like, oh, that game? I remember I played that 2 years ago.
But, I mean, it could work really well for certain games. If they feel like they're ready, I mean, why not just open it up a little bit early and let people get a feel of it? And, I mean, if you really like the game that bad, let's, put a little extra dough in it and get your early access. I would never do a pre-order or early access. That's just me. I'll wait until it comes out. I'm not, I'm still getting the same thing. I've never been competitive, so that's the way I would go about it. But, I mean, that's just me.
There's been a lot of games that I pre-ordered last year that I just wish I did.
Yes. Yeah, I've with how bad the market was last year as far as gaming goes, I've not believed in pre-ordering much recently. It's interesting seeing the evolution of how pre-ordering has come about, early access and all that stuff, compared to what was going on then with a game like Star Wars Force Unleashed, compared to what's going on now with a game like Evolve or Grand Theft Auto 5. How bad the pre-ordering has become. Because Evolve is basically making it to where you pay to win. It's a free-to-play, but without the free part to it. It's just to pay. And it's more of a pay-to-win type thing. If you want the instant gratification of getting everything full leveled up now, then you pay for that. You do a pre-purchase, which just seems shady. And they're getting away with it. Because people will let them do it. And you get other games like Grand Theft Auto 5, where they had a thing for the PC release. And, I mean, I don't really blame Rockstar fully, but they should know at least a little bit, even if they're just now really getting into the computer gaming world.
Grand Theft Auto for PC.
Yeah, they're just really now getting into the computer gaming world. They should still know that this is kind of wrong. But they originally had a set date of February 1st. If you pre-ordered by February 1st, then you would get...
what is it? 10,000?
A million. Yeah, you would get $1 million in game. 500,000 of that goes online. Another 300,000 goes online, and then you would get the San Andreas, all that stuff. Well, then on February 2nd, they released a new update and said, "Hey, as long as you pre-order by March 9th," which the game doesn't even come out till March 24th, so this still doesn't even make sense. But as long as you pre-order by that date, then you will receive that same deal that was originally for the February 1st members, which it's so weird seeing how much that changed.
You'd almost feel bad for the people that actually bought it.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. It's just, it seems so shady. When I first saw that, I was so shocked. I was like, "You're really doing this? Like, why should it even be March 9th? Why did you pick that date in the first place? Well, I mean, why did you pick February 1st in the first place, then change it to March 9th when the game doesn't even come out till March 24th? Why can't you just make it simple and say, as long as you pre-order by March 24th, the release of the game, then you get these pre-order bonuses?" It just seems silly that you would do anything other than that. It doesn't make any sense. And like with the issue with Evolve, too, it feels like shady practices. Yeah. It doesn't really make any sense. Oh, we got a first kill.
And Evolve has had a lot of hype for a long time. Like, I remember hearing about Evolve, like, I'm just throwing out a number, but like 2 years ago, honestly, where it was the original people of Left 4 Dead.
Yeah.
that were making a game.
Oh,
And
is it,
I was actually kind of hyped about it, and getting into the alpha was really nice to know about it, but it kind of felt like they were like throwing buy this game, please, and then you throw it.
Yeah, it really did feel like that. And then the alpha release, what was it, November or December? The little pregame alpha to try to entice people to want to get it. And that, I mean, it was so weird to me that thinking that you got to pay $60 for this game. Like, the game isn't even worth, it didn't even feel like it was worth $30, $40. It was just the type of game they were making. It's not really a knock on them. It's just, it feels like you would be overpaying for that, which is fine. I mean, if people want to pay that price, pay that price. But it just seems a little silly that you would have to pay that much for
a game.
that specific thing.
Yeah.
But then you have the people that truly believe in the actual game development, like Witcher 3, and their pre-order bonuses. They don't have any pre-order bonuses. There's no such thing. If you want to pre-order the game, sure. But you're getting the same incentives as if you bought it 2 years from now. You're getting the same exact incentives, which is nice. You're getting 16, I believe, DLCs for the game, and you get those as they come out at any given time, and you don't have to pay a dime. That's awesome. That's how it should be. This is how the gaming industry should start going, instead of like the two previous games we talked about. It shouldn't keep going down that road. It should go down a road that rewards people for just supporting the game in general. It just seems kind of silly that you keep getting these pre-orders, season passes. I can even stick for a season pass. I can live with a season pass. I can't live for a pre-ordering bonus if you do this. But if they were like, hey, we don't know if we're going to develop any more things yet, but if you want to get this season pass and as things are made, sure, I can live with that. Not the greatest thing. I'm not proud of it. I'm not like running to the bank to buy a season pass. I'll only get it for like very particular games that I really enjoy. But even that, like, I mean, that's bad enough. But then you get Witcher 3, which is basically doing a season pass, but it's completely free. That's how it should be. I mean, I feel like that's... And they know they're going to sell their game. If you know you're going to sell their game, if you know you're making a good product, then why should you have to do all these pre-order bonuses? It just feels like the games that aren't doing so well are doing these pre-order bonuses. Yeah. And they just want to milk the money as best they can.
That's a pretty...
Compared to a game like Witcher, which has a big following, a humongous following. People love that game, the whole series. And you get them that are just doing things as honest as possible, and that's going to bring more people in, and I feel like they're going to get more sales because of that. Because I'm down. I mean, I want to pre-order the game, and there's no pre-order bonus. I want to pre-order the game already. I mean, that's pretty freaking phenomenal that you did it the right way, and you have people on board. That's...
I never play any Witcher, and with that... That's a big incentive for me to just get the game in general. 16 DLCs? I mean, come on, man. Yeah. Like, honestly, that's a steal.
It's funny because I've never played I have Witcher 2, actually, on Steam. But I've never played the Witcher series either, and
that's a really good... Yeah. That's just like a good guy thing to do. Like, you want to support a company like that.
Okay, so the next thing we're going to talk about today is MCNs. How crap they are, really. I mean... There's a few good ones out there, but they're kind of diamonds in the rough as far as YouTube goes. Multi-channel networks, for anybody that doesn't know what an MCN is. But to show maybe if you have an interest in an MCN, or maybe you're a Machinima fan, whatever it may be, just go through some of the things, what an MCN offers, and
what it fits you.
Do your research.
Yeah, things like that, yeah. We're not the full research experts, but we can give you some information and show you how we feel about MCNs. So the first thing we'll go over is Machinima, and how Machinima has changed, and how it's really, honestly, it's not what it's cracked up to be. I'm sure that's a complete...
Well, like for me, for somebody like me just browses through YouTube and didn't really know MCN until I started, doing this whole thing. I honestly thought Machinima was like the Hollywood of YouTube. It seems like one of the biggest things, because I have seen it just all around YouTube, and if I had
it kind of is like the Hollywood because of how dirty it can be at times.
Mm-hmm. No way, yeah.
In the I guess the politics aspect, but it seems like it. But it's getting. I mean, at first it was getting big, but now from what I've seen, it's starting to slump down a lot. Right?
Machinima, yeah. Just I mean, if you were to pick out anyone, it would be Machinima. It's really not all it is cracked up to be. I mean, people. The main purpose why people, from what my understanding, is why people get Machinima is because it gives you the most publicity. It's not exactly the best MCN to go with because the percentages that some of these MCNs do are pretty ridiculous. Didn't you have a number on Machinima, John? What their numbers are? What was that?
Machinima's was about 6. They take about 40%.
Okay.
Give or take, depending on who it is. And definitely some of their more popular YouTubers will get more benefits, obviously, because they bring more publicity. But for the average person, it's about 40%.
And it's a contract-based program, too. So you have to fulfill your contract.
Yes, you have to stay in it for as long as they tell you. And there's a lot of people that have been screwed over because of it. And this is like old news. This is like 2012 stuff where people were wanting to leave Machinima and getting in a lot of trouble for it.
Personally, I don't think I would ever want to go with Machinima. I don't think multi-channel networks are that great in the first place. It's just like what y'all are talking about Hollywood. You're just kind of getting stuck in the spotlight, but the spotlight isn't very good, honestly. If you do it on your own, you'll do a little bit better. Just do it with a group that you enjoy. But that definitely doesn't seem very appealing. But then you get companies like Curse, where Curse does a 90-10 split. And 90? Then you get, they do a 90-10 split, and it's the minimum that you get per 1,000 views is $3 per 1,000 views. May not seem like much, but that is a solid number, honestly. For anyone actually doing research as far as an MCN goes, if you actually look up that information, $3 is a pretty solid number. But then you get companies like Fullscreen, which Fullscreen is like 60-40 last time I checked, but they will actually they do their own ad space, so they're completely free on what you are able to work with. What that means is, what's the best way to explain it? You're not limited to, say, like Curse, where it's $3 per 1,000 views, because it's their own adware. It can go upwards of like $25. The price can just skyrocket as far as their ad space goes. You're not really limited. So people are going to a company like Fullscreen because they just offer so much more. And I don't know if you... Fullscreen, maybe... I'm sure people will understand what... what's the... Rooster Teeth? I'm sure people have heard of Rooster Teeth. So Rooster Teeth's really big. So
Red vs. Blue, which is very popular. It's actually one of the longest running sci-fi shows, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, they're big. They've been around for quite a while. I give a lot of props to Fullscreen and Rooster Teeth. Rooster Teeth has become very big, and I think they're great.
You're seeing a lot of big YouTubers are starting to do like their own stuff too. Like, fucking hate it, but PewDiePie, beloved PewDiePie. He's what is he doing? He's starting his own personal thing, right?
I don't know.
And I mean, he's starting his own. I heard he's doing a pretty good thing that he's starting his own personal website to help other YouTubers. I mean, that's not bad. I just say the shitty.
That's great.
Yeah, and for me, I started watching gaming channel. One of the first one I watched is Inside Gaming is because I started watching because my David was showing me a couple of stupid videos that I thought was pretty funny, so I started watching them, and they're actually leaving Machinima and starting. I'm pretty sure they're partnering with Fullscreen.
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
And doing their thing. So,
yeah,
it seems like to some people, I mean, maybe it's a good startup.
As Machinima?
As Machinima, and then you branch off to other things, or maybe even start doing your. You don't probably, if you get big enough, you don't even need your own MCM.
Well, the thing like Machinima is a lot of their contracts are like you have to be with them for a few years, and for YouTube, a few years is quite forever and a half.
Yeah. That's the one thing I don't really understand about the want from machinima, because machinima actually requires a lot. It's not just
they do
scraps that you can just work with to get in machinima. Where Curse is faithful to gamers in general, and they don't require anywhere near as much, but they're completely faithful. They don't even have that many people overall, because they believe in the game. Like, they believe in people to just enjoy their time, whatever it may be. I just feel like they're kind of purists. I mean, just seeing the beginnings of Curse in general and seeing where they've come, it just seems like they're more of a purist type form than most others, and they're really trying to do good. Because 90-10 split, that's really high.
That's huge split.
Yeah, I think that's really big, and for them, that big of a company to go out of their way to do something like that for others, I think it's more of a charity than anything. But they benefit from it to their degree, but they're not buying out your intellectual property, the thing that you've made and you hold dear. They're not just taking that away from you. You still have full ownership of that. It feels like they believe in that. I'm hyping up Curse quite a bit, and I just think as far as an MCN, if you were to pick an MCN, I think you should just try to go with Curse, no matter what. They just seem like the best overall what you want. And I think they give good publicity. I mean, look how big they are.
Do you think, like, I'm just spitting here, but, like, shouldn't some games maybe, like, starting, like, maybe advertise some of the YouTube gamers themselves, like, kind of goes into, like, what now Nintendo is doing?
Advertise.
Yeah, that's pretty
YouTubers?
Cool.
I mean, it kind of works for them in both ways. Like, if you're playing a game that a company makes, why don't... It works in both ways, that if you're playing a game that a company makes, that game is getting publicity, and same way that if, you know, it goes hand in hand. Well, if I help you out, you scratch my back.
What you're saying is being done today. Definitely, people, like a good example is Smite right here. In the game itself, you can go to a section where you can see current popular streamers that are streaming Smite at the moment. Not like people that are Smite employees or anything, but just popular Smite streamers are definitely advertised on the game itself for you to watch, and they give them the credit.
Really? So do they...
If that's what you mean.
Oh, yeah, that's what I'm kind of looking at. But it seems like Nintendo is doing the same thing too, where...
Yes. So we read an article today that was just released actually very recently, where Nintendo wants to do a program with YouTube channels on individual videos. Nintendo will give you 60 to 70% of the money it gets from YouTube, as long as you do their videos, do games like Mario and Zelda and things like that. I think it's a pretty cool deal. It's their game, it's their intellectual property. So if they want to go out of their way to do this for somebody, I think that's actually really cool. I don't think it's a downside at all, and because you're playing their actual property. Technically, when you buy a game, you're renting it from the actual developer or publisher or whatever it may be. You don't actually own the rights to that game. That's why it's such a big deal, the copyright laws and all those things for YouTube and whatnot. I feel like a lot of people don't understand that. You don't actually own that. I think Steam does it in the best way, too, where they kind of explain to you very thoroughly that you're renting this actual game. They show that's in their rules and whatnot. There's in their information. And I like what Nintendo is doing with this, because you don't see very many people streaming Nintendo games.
No, not at all.
Yeah, you don't see any of that.
Maybe like Smash Brothers tournaments.
Yeah, that's
Smash. Yeah, we'll say that, but that's probably it.
Yeah, you don't get much more than that, it feels like.
Yeah, like a playthrough.
Pokemon when it first comes out for like the first month or so, maybe.
Yeah. But it's not. You don't see that a lot, and that works great for them. And they're really getting involved, and I really like that. It's gonna help a lot of people out.
I think that's actually really smart.
Yeah.
I'm sure other people will disagree, and you're more than welcome to place in the comments. Love to hear what you believe on it. My personal opinion.
Your opinion.
Yeah, you definitely. We'd love to hear feedback. Do we have anything else as far as MCN goes or whatnot? Do we want to move on?
I did find the article about that one MCN. I forgot the name of it. I'll pull it up right now. with Ray William Johnson.
Oh, his story.
And how
that's pretty interesting. Yeah.
this
I
is
have
more
no
towards
idea. Yeah, go ahead.
MCNs and being pretty greedy about their people. And it's Maker Studios. That's the
Kasim G's.
They're partnered with Kasim G and Epic Rap Battles of History.
Yeah, the skits. People.
That's just two of their very popular ones.
So what does the article say? Or give me a summary.
Oh, okay. Well, it talks about how Ray William Johnson, he really didn't like the fact that they took about half of the money that he made from YouTube, they wanted 40% of his YouTube, of the money he made from YouTube, and 50% of any intellectual rights that he sells or makes, like any money that he makes off of the YouTube channels. And it definitely seems pretty greedy from a company, and pretty silly, honestly, to want so much from someone that's very valuable to them. Because I know Equals 3 used to be, or I don't know if it still is, like one of the biggest.
It's still really big.
Yeah, it's still huge. But
doesn't he get like? I'm pretty sure like
MCNs will really extend their boundaries, like will overextend their boundaries to just try and squeeze out as much money as possible.
Do you guys think that they should?
That term could be a bad thing.
I did read an article that were showing you how bad really MCNs are. I urge anybody in the world to look for that article. If I'm able to find it, I'll happily put it in the comments in our description section so everybody can read it. I think it's very important because MCNs are very shady. And they're allowed to be. They kind of get away with it. They get that free reign type thing to be able to do that. I'm pretty sure like a YouTube partnership is probably the best thing you can also go with. Other than Curse. I think they are doing it right. They're not trying to be greedy. They're just trying to actually provide a service for other people and still get their cut from it.
It's just a very new concept that's getting thrown around, and there's not enough regulations for it yet.
Yeah. I'm sure YouTube will do something about that. I feel like they will.
Someday.
Yeah. Google's smart. I mean,
definitely needs regulations.
Mm-hmm. In Google, we trust.
I trust
Hopefully.
Hopefully, yeah.
Except when my dad's behind me, I don't trust it.
Oh, man.
A lot of people complain about Google getting ownership of YouTube.
What? Why? That was smart. That was a good deal on both people's parts.
Oh yeah, it was definitely smart, but they like people just complain about
Having
how old YouTube is better because.
Oh yeah, YouTube has changed a lot.
Yeah, it's what?
Nobody likes change.
No, yeah, but everybody wants change. It's really weird. Nobody likes change, but everybody wants change.
They want change, but when it happens, they complain about it.
Yeah, and they're like, "Well, God, why'd you change this? What is wrong with you?"
Thanks, Obama.
Thanks, Obama.
Oh God, no.
Oh, yeah.
I think that's it as far as MCN goes.
Yeah.
I think we have a really cool topic. I mean, we're all pretty excited about this one. We're actually going to talk about our origin stories. What got us into gaming? Where did our humble beginnings come from? And what we're doing. I'll
start with mine, because mine's the shortest. Mine's the shortest. Started playing games.
Maybe it's a long.
When I was like a wee lad. Remember my first game that I ever owned. Well, I didn't own it. My dad owned it. Was me and my brother play a lot of Crash Bandicoot. We play a lot of what did we play? Star Wars Battlefront. That's another one we play a lot. Oh my god, that was most of my childhood.
So you played a lot on the PlayStation, like the PlayStation 1 and 2?
Yeah, I remember. First gaming system my dad bought me was he got a deal when I was probably like 9 or 10. We didn't have a lot of money when we were kids. He got us a Nintendo 64 and a PS1, used. They're both used, and we were really stoked about it because we started playing GoldenEye and everything.
Oh my
Oh man, that was the OG.
The bee's
Spent
knees.
a lot of time playing that. Then I remember going to my friend's house a lot because he had all the game system. You know, Xbox, PlayStation 2, GameCube. We play a lot of Smash Brothers. A lot of Smash Brothers, a lot of Halo. I never was competitive because, believe it or not, for an Asian guy, I'm terrible at video games, especially competitive games. I just like enjoying playing a good game. One of the ones Colin hates it, but he has his reasons. But one of the games I've really enjoyed playing is Fallout 3, and I remember playing that when I was in high school. I pretty much what I did was my sophomore year is spending either wrestling practice, eating, sleeping, and Fallout 3. That's all I remember. That was probably the best Christmas I ever had. Was playing that game. Back in the day. I just, for me, I never got into competitive gaming. It's just not something that I always thought gaming was something enjoyable and just bring friends along, and that's how I always been. Yeah, so that's basically my story. And now is me doing, this channel stuff with everybody else.
So what was your first game? What was your first game that really got you in a game?
We'll say GoldenEye. It's hard to remember, but we'll say GoldenEye. Maybe Legend of Zelda 2. I don't remember. That was so long ago.
What about you, John? Where did your story start?
Well, definitely started when I was about 3 years old, and I got a Nintendo 64.
The fuck were you playing at 3 years old?
He's younger.
I'm an only child. That's all I had.
Yeah, he's younger too.
Pretty much been playing since I was 3. Played a Nintendo 64 a shit ton until I moved to my first actual house where I got a Dreamcast.
Ooh,
whoa!
That shit was big too. Dreamcast was big.
That was big.
You don't hear that a lot.
I played nothing but Sonic Adventure 1, pretty much. That's honestly all I remember from playing on the Dreamcast is Sonic Adventure 1. And then I got the GameCube, played a lot of Sonic Adventure 2. Liked a lot of Sonic when I was a kid. Played a lot of other games, but definitely Sonic Adventure 2 and Smash Brothers were the games that I played the most. I ended up transitioning to PlayStation 2, where I played a lot with my friend. With a friend, he had the games, I had the system, because his PS2 broke, so he'd come to my house with all the games. That's when I really started to play all the time, and that was just before I really got into online gaming, where I got my PlayStation 3 and really went ham at it with online gaming.
So you were console.
So you were console first.
You were console first?
Oh, definitely. I didn't start PC gaming until a few years ago. Until it was about 14, 15.
What was the game that really started you getting into PC gaming?
Definitely League of Legends.
League.
No, sorry. Nope. It's actually Minecraft.
Minecraft?
What?
I did not expect that.
Yeah, in 2009, when Minecraft was like $5.
Yeah, I had that.
That's when I bought it and played the shit out of it until I heard about this game called League of Legends.
I swear there was a
wasted
point
lot of my life
where you told me that you hate Minecraft. I swear there was a point when you told me that
I hate Minecraft now. I absolutely hate it. Now. Not then. Not when I was not when I was like a kid in 2009. So I could say I actually started playing games like 6 years ago. Actually, computer games 6 years ago, because that's when I really started playing Minecraft and other like random games on the computer. But I still played on the PlayStation a lot, like Battlefield Bad Company 2 and Modern Warfare, World at War, games like those. I played a lot of Call of Duty because I was a teenage kid. Ended up actually building my first gaming PC a little later on, and joining an actual gaming community and enjoying that, and actually realizing that PC gamers weren't like lonely dudes.
Yeah, PC gamers evolved a lot recently. More people are actually getting into PC gaming than console. That's a fun fact right there. It's becoming very big.
So that's definitely my I dabble in games a lot, play different games. But that's pretty much my gaming history with how I've evolved to where I am right now.
That's pretty cool. I like that. That's really cool. So GoldenEye for you. And then what was yours? Minecraft? No. What was the game that really got you into gaming? Because GoldenEye was his. So what was yours?
Okay.
Sonic.
It's not your first game. It's the game that really got you into gaming.
I think it's Sonic.
Game that really got me into gaming. It's either Grand Theft Auto San Andreas
Okay.
or Sonic Adventure 2. Because those are two games that I really played a lot, but I definitely had a gap between those two games. So I'd say Grand Theft Auto San Andreas really is what solidified me into gaming a lot.
Dude, I didn't even play that. I didn't even play San Andreas till I was like 18 because my dad was like super religious. So I could barely play any like rated M games. Like my dad was like super strict.
I just kind of I forgot how old I was. I was like 11 or 12 or 13. I just kind of tricked my parents into buying it.
I missed out a lot when I was a teen.
Like a lot of kids.
Like I remember like my dad looked at when I was like 12 or something, 12 or 11. Like me and my brother like played Jack and Dexter at my one of our friends' houses. We decided we want it, and he looked at the rating on the back. It said my own language. I was like, "What the fuck? You're not gonna let me get this because it says fucking ass in it? That's it? Are you fucking shitting me?" I was so pissed. Like everybody, all my friends had Jack and Dexter except me. I was so fucking mad. I had to sneak that game in my house, like play in my basement. And then when my dad comes out to pause it, and I'm like, oh, nothing, just watching TV. I felt like I was watching porn. It's horrible.
No, you were watching porn.
It's kind of random,
Well,
but I remember I couldn't watch Simpsons growing up.
You can't, I couldn't either.
I wasn't allowed to. Yeah.
Like my dad would shut
random.
my TV off at 10, or he knows what Adult Swim is because me and my brother always watched Adult Swim.
We didn't have that growing up.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
I missed out a lot. Like, you never play Grand Theft Auto? No, I haven't.
You never play Grand Theft Auto?
No, I haven't. Like, it's fucking bullshit. It's embarrassing to play that shit when you're 18.
I use my good boy points to, let me watch TV late on the weekends.
I'm gonna tell your mom about that.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I just kind of, for me, like, my life, my family's always like, hey, as long as you're doing good in school, I don't care what you do, but the second you do bad in school, we're gonna start tightening the leash.
It's crazy. Y'all are making me feel much older, because my humble beginnings started with the first video game that ever was released to the public.
That's old. That's old, man.
I want a trivia question for the two of y'all. Name that game and see if you can name it. Everybody should know what it is.
The first video game ever?
First publicly made video game.
Okay, I was about to answer like some really old video game that was like on this old shit old ass computer.
You gotta say
It's
Pong
late.
or something like what
It's
the fuck?
late 70s. So
Is it Pong?
yeah, that's
It was
it.
Pong.
It was
Oh
Pong.
shit! I did get it.
And it was on the original gaming Pong system too. And it was my dad's, and I played it against him one day, and I was like, "Holy shit, gaming is cool!" Actually, I was super shocked. I was like, I could do this." It didn't really like catch me though yet. Like it was just something enjoyable to do. But the game that really pushed me, it was a while before I actually played really other games. But my dad built me an old school Windows 3.1 system, which is like original Windows. Windows 3.1 came out before 95. I'll put it to you that way. It's that old. And the game that was on that was a game called Oregon Trail.
Oregon Trail.
Everybody has to know what Oregon Trail is.
Oregon Trail.
Oh my god, Oregon Trail is amazing. I think it's the greatest game ever. I loved that game. I was addicted. I would still do my homework and stuff, but when I got the chance, I would play Oregon Trail. I had to. It was love to me. I fell in love with that game. But that's where I started. But That's honestly, I think that's the first game that really got me into gaming. Because you had to reason, like you had to understand what was going on. You had to figure things out. I thought it was really interesting, just in everything you had to do on that game. I feel like it was made right. It was made on how a game should be built, especially that early on, seeing how much games have changed compared to then and now. But I thought it was perfect.
No DLCs in Oregon.
No DLCs. No, nothing like that. That game was loved to me. But the game that I have to say that really got me, really just tugged on the heartstrings. I can say that I've been a computer gamer for life. I feel like I have. I guess the first game I ever played was a console game, but
what was it?
Pong, because it's technically on a console.
Yeah,
technically it's on a console. No, but the game that really got my goat, it's just I thought this was funny because JJ said it, GoldenEye, because it was the first, really interactive game.
I mean, it makes sense. It's like one of the most
great. It's a really terrific game. Oh my god, that is the best game I feel like that has ever been made, ever. I just that game was just perfect. You can't. I don't know a single person that lived in that day and age that was able to play GoldenEye that could honestly say that there was a better game.
Wait, Mr. Williams. So your first? Did you say your first like your actual like pro was League of Legends?
The first. Okay. I'd say that's the first PC game that I really, really played a lot, and that was because like no other PC game would like be supported on my laptop. Honestly, like once I actually got my gaming computer, I kind of fell off playing League.
Oh. And yours was Call of Duty, Colin?
Original Call of Duty. I used to actually play that professionally. Yeah. Original Call of Duty was the best of Call of Duty, but I'm just curious when I say that. It's not.
Yeah. You old man.
Other people would think otherwise. So.
Yeah.
Because my Modern Warfare was good. Modern Warfare 2. Modern
Warfare 2 was... I don't know why you don't like World of War. That was my favorite.
It's made by a different... No, fuck that. Fuck that game. I hate that game.
There's nothing wrong with the different people.
No.
Sledgehammer made Advanced Warfare, and it's actually like one of the best ones in a while.
Yeah, but didn't they... Isn't that some of the original people that made Call of Duty? I thought Sledgehammer had some of the original people.
Oh, man. Gosh. Because
Infinity Ward isn't made as any of the original people anymore. They broke off and made their own company.
I can tell you, like, the first time...
That's actually a really good example of things that just get fucked up. Like Call of Duty. Call of Duty just didn't have the money. The Infinity Ward, that is. So they went out of their way to, like, ask Activision to help them out, and then Activision took their soul. That's why they don't work at Infinity Ward anymore, because Infinity Ward is owned by Activision.
So this is something that would kind of help with the next topic. What one of the games that you guys played recently that really sells, like, wow, this is the next level shit. Like, this is the future of gaming.
I feel like games
next gen
come around like that. I think one of the latest examples for me, I think it's the latest example for a lot of people actually, is GTA 5.
Oh, yeah.
That's
what I was gonna say. Nice.
Yeah, it's been a game changer. Like, I know this isn't the happiest one for people, but the last little area was Far Cry 3. Far Cry 3 was the last one that was really big for people. But that was a couple years back.
Far Cry 3 definitely made
it was a game changer.
I played a lot of Far Cry 2, but
it was a game changer. I think
a lot of Far Cry 2.
I think GTA 5 is definitely a game changer. I think the only real negative I see with it is the first person mode. They just didn't do it perfect. Because it
makes me dizzy. I don't know.
Yeah,
about it. Just
it's not. You guys already
in action.
It's been on console for a while. It's not that great. Like, it deserves to be better. I feel like they could have put more into it, especially a big company like them. I just feel like more could have been done. And it just isn't perfect. I think overall they did a pretty damn good job with their game. I just feel like the first person isn't all it's cracked up to be. The game itself is a definite game changer.
For me, it would be Sky. Well, I mean, for Grand Theft Auto for sure, but Skyrim would be my.
I don't support Bethesda.
Ooh.
They're a shitty company.
Yeah.
Skyrim was actually one of the games that I thought was really lackluster.
Really?
It really wasn't that great.
I honestly thought...
Did you play any of the other games?
I haven't. This is like the first Elder Scrolls game.
Was it the first like Elder Scrolls? Yeah.
Yeah, this is the first Elder Scrolls game
Oh,
I've ever
okay.
bought.
That actually explains a lot.
Okay.
It
I'm a
was
fucking noob, sorry.
very-
You're fine. No, you're fine. It's just they aren't that great.
Like, Skyrim made a good platform for modding the shit out of games.
Oh, got it. Fix it.
Well, look at Morrowind. I mean, Morrowind was pretty fucking rock solid, but Skyrim
Yeah,
isn't that
Morrowind-
much different than Morrowind. They're basically the same game, just with prettier colors and graphics and whatnot. Morrowind, I think, would have been a game changer, for sure.
Like, one thing I remember reading, it was like a little story thing for fun. It was like, okay, about Skyrim, and then it said, okay, there's this, you're the Dragonborn, you have to do this. Oh, please help me do this thing. Go into this dungeon and fight these same people to do this for me. And then at the end, there's something that I need you to get. Okay, thanks for helping me out. Now, can you go into this dungeon and help me out, please?
Well, I mean, don't you...
Yeah, thanks so much. It just felt like it was a lot of dungeons and not enough other stuff. Like, I think it was Oblivion. One of the stories that I really thought like they never had anything like this in Oblivion. There was one thing where this lady had a rat problem, if I'm not mistaken. So she asked like if you could help about the rat problem. And when you go into the basement, you realize the rats were actually like her pets, and there's like a freaking mountain lion killing her rats, and you gotta kill the mountain lion. It's just so sudden.
What the
It's
fuck?
hilarious.
That's
What the
ridiculous. I never knew that.
I feel like there's some...
Fun facts from Germphone.
I feel like there's some quests like that in Skyrim. I mean...
Yeah, it's
I
think it's
don't
meant
know.
to be like that.
Yeah.
They get praised a lot for not doing much work. They really don't. Don't get me wrong. It's just the same thing. They're doing work, obviously, but they're just doing a lot of the same thing. I know. Don't break if it's not broken. Like it's doesn't need fixing. All that bullshit. But technically, it needs fixing. If they're constantly bringing out a product that needs work, if you release it on PlayStation and people that bought it on PlayStation couldn't even play the game for the first month or so, that's kind of a big deal. Like, you're making a kind of a crap product.
Yeah, exclusive the console war will always happen. It just fuels the fire.
So, speaking of next gen, there's a huge thing about Oculus Rift right now.
What is it? What is there? I know Samsung's making their own Oculus Rift.
Microsoft is making like a office kind of thing. It's like Oculus Rift where you like there's like graphics that you can see through the glass and everything. You can play games on it. I know Microsoft is doing that. Well, Oculus Rift is basically virtual reality gaming. Put on the glass on. You get this little
It
glasses
doesn't have to be
thing.
about gaming per se. They do a lot.
Well,
of
yeah,
stuff
they do other
outside
stuff
of the
too.
gaming
But
world.
yeah, you're right. You're right about that. But there's other stuff too. So for me, I mean, I feel like it's gonna die out. Honestly, in my opinion, because I mean, if you look at some of the TVs that are out, like a lot of
The 4K TV?
yeah, the 4K TVs. I mean, something like Oculus Rift is just not really in my taste. I mean, it's just a fad that's gonna grow out. I mean, it seems cool at first, just like a lot of things. It just seems cool at first, but when people like just do enough of it, they're like, that's all right.
Is it kind of like it kind of makes it sound like you're talking about something like the 3D TVs? Remember 3D TVs? How they were like getting big? It was like people were like, get a 3D TV. It's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be awesome. I don't see anything talking about 3D TVs nowadays. I don't see anything about 3D TVs.
I have a 3D TV, and it's just 3D integrated or whatever it is, and I never use it. I don't think I would ever want to use it.
TV's really?
Yeah, I don't think I would ever use it. I never liked the 3D generation type thing. I think the 4K stuff is actually pretty interesting.
Yeah, the 4K.
Those curved
4K
TVs.
is pretty much 1080p.
It's
the
the
new
true.
1080p.
Yeah, it's like true 1080p. It's the truest form of resolution you can have at this current time.
Well,
Because aren't they
well,
actually
there is
using?
5K now.
Well, because aren't they trying to use the OLEDs that are used in phones and stuff? Aren't they trying to use those in TVs? And if those are used in TVs, like the quality will be phenomenal. Aren't they actually? I think aren't they actually using the OLEDs in the 4K? I feel like they are.
I cannot really confirm that. I can't really.
TVs. Okay, yeah, they are. They are using. So the 4K is the OLED. They're actually using the OLED. OLED is a little. I forgot what the O stands for, but it's light emitting diodes. But they use them for phones, so like in your iPhone.
Yeah,
and
that's
stuff.
what I was gonna say.
Yeah, the resolution is phenomenal on this little thing,
Yeah.
but they found a way to take these little fuckers and put them into a TV, which is actually extremely hard to do. The technology took them a long time to actually, get there, which is pretty phenomenal. I think it's pretty amazing.
Yeah, especially. I mean, damn.
I mean, I think the 1080p TVs are damn good enough. I mean, and they're dropping down in price. LED TVs are dropping down in price, and I think they're plenty good. But if you want to go out and get a 4K, dude, do it. The technology isn't quite there for television, actual television yet, but they're getting there. So if you get on the bandwagon now, you're probably just throwing money away when the OLED, the 4K TVs aren't perfect yet. Oh, so there's an OLED TV, not a 4K. So they're both different things. My bad. Sorry. So there's an OLED TV, and then there's the 4K Ultra HD TV. So they're both different. So I'm assuming the technology for the organic light-emitting diode TVs isn't perfect yet, because they're just now coming out. But think of it this way, like, a few years down the road, when you know how, like, HD channels became big.
Yeah.
Think about 4K and television shows and stuff like that. Those are going to become a thing in the next few years. It's going to be pretty phenomenal when it does. I think that's going to be a really big deal.
YouTube already has 4K support.
Yep,
Really?
they do, yeah.
Wow, I did not know that.
Just because they have support doesn't mean a lot of the channels are using it, though.
Yeah.
But it does have the support now.
Yeah, I only know like one YouTuber that actually does it.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing. I think technology has definitely come up a whole lot in the last 10 years. I mean, think about the internet. The internet isn't even that old. About 20-something years old. No, it's longer than that. Like 30 years old right about now. It's like 20, 25, around there. Something like that.
You guys
sure
saw did you guys saw the Microsoft, I forgot what it's called. Microsoft, it's basically like Google Glass. Well, no, I wouldn't say it's like Google Glass. It's like, you put on this glass, or these glasses, and like, everything becomes live around you, where you could like, check your weather by doing this. It's like a Minority Report kind of thing, and then if you could, just basically have your own little computer through your eyes. Yeah, did you guys see that? Yeah, I mean I think that's pretty cool. I think that just for everyday life, I think that would be cool. But when it comes to gaming, I think what it is right now, I think is perfectly fine. We don't need anything like Oculus Rift. Is, like I said before, it's just a fad. It's gonna die out. I mean, that's just way too much work to play a fucking game, in my opinion. Have you seen a couple of videos of people playing it? I saw a couple of videos. I mean, it's all right.
The Google Glass and stuff.
Yeah, I saw that.
Well, I remember I was actually going to ask you something. What don't you like about what is it? Oculus Rift and stuff, because it is the new technology. There's a reason why Samsung and all them are making it. They're doing it because they don't own the rights to it. I mean, Oculus Rift has their own way, but if it was created, it could be the same thing, but as long as it's created differently, then Samsung and stuff are actually able to make it. And Oculus Rift is like, compare it to DayZ and H1Z1 in a way.
Okay.
DayZ is a smaller publisher compared to H1Z1 made by Sony, changes the game. That's like the difference between the Oculus Rift and the Google ones and
the other virtual reality stuff. Yeah,
Samsung and all them. Because I don't know if y'all knew this, Oculus Rift is actually owned by Facebook now. Facebook has like a large portion of it.
I was gonna say that.
Which is pretty cool. But with the rate they're going, the Samsung one and all them are going to blow up, and it's the new age of virtuality. I don't know if you remember the old Virtual Boys.
The
Sega Virtual Boys.
Yeah, I remember.
Kind of reminds me of that in a way. But it's like,
to me, it seems like the interactive gaming You
Yeah.
know, how We Fit became, or not We Fit, but We became kind of a thing. But is, like I said, it's a fad. It's gonna die out. I mean, I just don't feel like people, you know, they're gonna say. For hardcore gamers, I don't think that. For me personally, I don't think that's gonna be a thing for us.
Yeah, more of like a luxury in a way.
Yeah, luxury in a way. You know, have your family together or whatever, just to, you know, buy it. Just say you got money or whatever, because you got this, you know, cool virtual reality thing. You can play video games like looking up and down, but.
So it's kind of like 3D TVs for me. I hate them,
Yeah.
personally. I hate 3D everything. I hate going to the movie theater watching 3D movies. Fucking despise everything that is. I hate using Wi-Fi because none of these things are perfect yet. And trying to make them seem like they're perfect is just silly. I just don't agree with it.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, I actually, for Xbox, because I told you I was going to, my thing about my Xbox One,
Mhm.
I wanted to get the Kinect. Just to play around.
Oh, yeah,
with it.
I think that's cool. I would definitely play around with
I
that.
want to play around with it a little bit, but it's not something I'm gonna. I feel like that's something I'm just gonna try it. Oh, that's pretty cool. Then I'm just gonna forget about it.
Mm-hmm.
You
Yeah.
know, I want to play my game like the way I always have played it, with a controller
Yeah.
and looking at a screen.
Yeah. You're gonna.
It would be a cool thing
Dude,
to
it's
look
PC
through.
Master Race. Just
Yeah.
remember that, man. So fuck your
PC.
controller. Controller's
Oh,
useless.
Uh,
Where you're living
Kinect
in
never
Nazi
really
Germany.
caught my eye too much. It was neat, but I definitely like what people do with Kinect outside of gaming. Honestly, just how they use it for technology. And
Yeah, because there's people that use it for like production and whatnot,
yeah.
which I think is
Yeah.
pretty cool. I think that's
Even
pretty
like
awesome.
business conferences too. Like people
Yeah.
use Connect for that. It's for everyday life. It's not meant to have. I like what Microsoft is going for the direction of it with virtual reality. I think that's cool as shit, and I feel like that might be something that's gonna get caught on. But for gaming, I definitely don't think so. It's just something that's cool to have, but later on it's gonna die out, and nobody's gonna really use it. For gamers.
I feel like Microsoft would be a good point to transition to Windows 10.
Yeah. I feel like not enough
Yeah,
people know
and
about
what
Windows
they're doing.
10.
I don't know about Windows 10.
Windows 10, man. So Windows
Well,
8.
first things first. Let's close up some things and why it's called Windows 10 when Windows 8 just came out.
Well,
And
okay.
it's
First
because,
things.
like,
I think the first things first on how crap Windows 8 is. I think that's very important on the reason why Windows 10 is coming out so soon. I think that's super important. The reasons behind that. Them going to the app style type thing with Windows 8 and it just being a total train wreck, more of pissing people off than making them happy. I think that's pretty important.
Okay.
You see what
Would
I
you
mean?
like to talk about that?
Yeah, the whole app style of the way they're doing things. That's what I'm talking about. I mean, the reason why I'm saying that to you is because you actually have a Windows 8 PC. I don't believe in it. I will never touch a Windows 8. That's why it's more of a question to you in a way. I'm more
For
interested,
me,
in your thoughts on Windows
I
8.
had trouble at first using it, but in my end of the day opinion,
Mhm.
I quite enjoy Windows 8.
Do you enjoy it more than Windows 7?
Problems with it. Yeah, because it's more fun for me. Because I'm a person that likes to figure stuff out and tinker with it. And definitely, if you're somebody that doesn't like to try and figure shit out, you're gonna have a bad time.
Somebody that doesn't probably like change of the greatness that was Windows 7 and Windows XP. Because I skipped
Oh,
Vista. I hated Vista. Didn't want to
Nobody
touch
did
it.
Vista. If
Yeah.
you did Vista, you obviously were like sad.
You have no life.
My mom's laptop had Vista. I used it twice, and I freaking cried.
I mean, if you have Vista, you should probably just kill yourself if you're not dead already. So, I mean, that's probably the best way to go about it, right?
My mom ended up giving my uncle the laptop like recently because he just needed a laptop, and we had that laying around, and he's like, "What the heck?" And he just took out Vista and put in Windows 7.
I think it's pretty good for tablets. Don't you think so? Or, I mean, as
Win-
far as,
Windows 8?
Yeah.
Windows 8 is made for
Windows 8
tablets.
right?
Yeah.
I mean, just stick it. That
It's not
way.
made for a computer, though. Like,
Yeah. Well. Yeah.
You have to. For me, like, it was definitely hard. The learning curve on Windows 8 is much. It's not right for an operating system. I'm gonna agree with you on that. For an operating system, like should be for people that just want easy access and shit. It's not right. It's pretty hard. and the only reason I enjoy it is because it is hard.
Really? That's
You're fucking
so you are a masochist.
You are fucking weird, John.
There's something wrong with you, John. You're one of those Vista people. The people that live underground.
Yeah.
That don't deserve a life.
Windows 8 actually did something new, so...
Now go through the name changes for Windows 9 or
Okay.
Windows 10 or whatever people want to call it.
Windows 9 doesn't exist.
Not anymore, no, it doesn't.
So why doesn't it exist?
Because of older codes for Windows 95, Windows 98, like older Windows that are in the 90s. Because it's kind of weird if there's like something that talks about Windows 9 but can mess around with the old legacy code, as it's called, and kind of fuck up shit that you don't want fucked up.
That was such a great explanation.
I'm having a little trouble explaining it because I'm not the best at it. It's pretty much saying Windows 95 is still old code from the Windows 90s. The old Windows 90 OS is still in use today in Windows, and it doesn't want to be. You don't want confusion between the computer and the programs to happen.
So I think some things that we could go through actually for Windows 10. The great things. Windows 10, by the way, if you own a version of Windows 8 that's not OEM, I think it is. Isn't it? Isn't that how it works?
Not?
Yeah, it can't be the OEM. How does it work? It's either Windows 7 or Windows 8. So okay. So if you have if you are currently running Windows 7, Windows 8.1, and Windows Phone 8, upgrades to Windows 10 will be free for a year. There's no word on pricing after that, or for folks still running Windows XP, which is kind of weird because shouldn't the folks who own Windows XP shouldn't they be getting it for free more than anybody else?
I don't know. I just think it's weird if you're still running Windows XP.
Dude, why? A lot of big companies actually still run Windows XP. Windows XP is big,
Really?
man. Oh yeah, people don't like change like that, especially in big companies.
Yeah.
And Windows XP has been supported forever. Windows XP is actually technically supported longer than Windows 7. So,
definitely longer.
Yeah.
Or it's still
no,
supported.
I'm saying it's still supported where Windows 7 isn't.
Yeah.
Windows 7's contract went up this year. It was the beginning of this year or it's mid this year, something like that. The only copies that still get the contract still, and that's through that's through 2020. That's the Windows Professional owners, which is somebody like me. I own Windows 7 Professional.
Can you still buy Windows XP?
You can no, I don't think you can buy it anymore. No, but it's just supported with big companies in particular. Fun fact. That's a fun fact right there. I remember when I was buying my new copy of Windows 7, I read about all that. I thought it was pretty interesting. Because I did not want to get Windows 8. I fucking despise everything Windows 8. So you explained why it's called Windows 10 instead of Windows 9, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, what makes it different?
Fresh start. Windows 10 brings back the old start menu, but it also allows you to do the productivity you can on Windows 8 if you so choose. If you want that,
you can still put the app.
Yeah, if you want that app style on your computer, you're more than welcome to it. They are happy if you do it because they didn't want to be a total train wreck, and they knew certain people.
Which I still enjoy.
Yeah,
I
like
enjoy
people
the
like
apps.
John really enjoy stuff like that. So.
Weird.
So they still allow that.
I also, yeah.
Another cool thing. Let's go through. What's old is new again. This is my favorite thing. They're bringing back, which we just kind of talked about, the start menu. They're bringing back all those beautiful things that you liked in Windows 7, Windows XP. None of the crap bullshit you had to deal with in Windows 8, which I guess it's all a matter of opinion in a way. But most people really enjoyed the original setup that you've known to love. As far as Windows 7, Windows XP, Windows 2000, which wasn't the greatest example, Windows 95, Windows 98. I mean, things like that, what they used to have. Beautiful start menu. I mean, when you think of a Microsoft computer, when you think of a Windows computer, you think of stuff like that. I think that's just normal. You think of the start menu. Which I think that's why people were so weirded out when they did things like add in the tablet type thing.
Yeah.
They're just trying to go into a new age. They're just made an attempt.
No harm to try something different
No.
and try to fit it.
I think the fact that they fixed it so soon afterwards, to fix it like this, to bring in the old again with Windows 10, and to do it in such a timely fashion, I think that was major. I think that was a super smart idea of what they needed to do. I am happy with Microsoft right now. I like Windows though a lot. The only thing I don't like about them is they won't release another Halo on PC, which makes me cry inside.
Oh crap!
I just feel like they don't love me because of that.
Well, one thing I like is I don't know if I remember seeing this in a video about Windows 10, is that I don't know if any of you are familiar with the Mac OS, but you can actually have like different instances of your desktop running at the same time. So let's say you have like 2 different desktops. One has like Google Chrome open, your Microsoft Word, all this stuff. It's separate in its own, where you can go to a different desktop and open up maybe another instance of Google Chrome, but the other one's not there. It's I know Apple Mac OS has been doing that for a while, but it's neat to see it on Windows. And do you kind of get what I'm talking about?
No.
Like having different.
I have no idea what the fuck you're talking about.
Almost like a partition running.
Oh, yeah,
stuff.
that is cool. I thought Windows 7 did that though.
Did they?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the professional copy that I bought had that capability. I'm like 98% positive on that. Like, I really believe that was a thing, and that was like one of their big selling points for any of the big copies, like the ones you would like a company would buy. I swear that was one of those things. I'm pretty positive on that. Anyways, it doesn't matter. It's nice. It's good for people to know about it now, and to make it completely public if it wasn't public before. I think one of the really cool things is you can have Cortana on your desktop now. I think that's pretty cool. I heard about that. That is cool. I think that's pretty cool. You know you want to talk to her. You know deep down inside you want her to just tell you when the next Halo game is coming to PC.
I want to do more than talk.
You want to get to know her.
I really want to get to know her. I want to have a...
you're going to be like her. You're going to have a romantic relationship.
That's what I was going to say. God damn it.
You're going to have a romantic relationship with her.
Yep.
Sicko.
Talk about cats.
So this, I don't really like this. I don't really like this, but I'm sure other people will. You can have an Xbox app on it. So I guess you can actually connect your Xbox to your...
The Windows 10 is going to be running on Xbox One. They're planning on using Windows 10 on Xbox One, so...
I think that's pretty cool. Not my thing, personally. I'm not really an Xbox fan, though. So, I'm a computer elitist as far as I'm concerned. I believe in the PC master race.
Well, I mean...
Down with the consoles.
There's
I have no problem with the consoles.
There's a lot of like games like Destiny that's coming out. So what's it work? MMOs
on PC,
on consoles. So that's gonna work pretty well with it, I would think.
Well, but think about how big of a failure Destiny was, though.
That's a good first start, I guess.
I guess.
I mean,
yes. I mean, EverQuest did it a long time ago. EverQuest did do it for consoles a long time ago, way back when. EverQuest was big.
You should bring the title up.
Big. Everybody knows what EverQuest is. There isn't. I don't think there's a single person out there who doesn't know what EverQuest is.
But I mean, hopefully they improve those games, like the Division that's coming out. Hopefully.
Division. Oh my god.
I hope that's nothing like Destiny, but
let's talk about games that we're excited for.
Yeah.
That is one of them for me. That is my main one.
That's one of mine too. I want to get a console for that game.
No, computer. You want a computer for that game? That's made for computer.
Oh yeah, we're getting a computer. Yeah, so never mind.
I want a console for that. You want a computer? God damn it! You want a fucking computer for that game? You know it.
Yeah, the Division, that would be one of them.
Oh my god.
Man, I can't think of the top of my head. Somebody else go, so I can think of it.
What? Oh, games are...
Yeah.
Oh, no, we're still on Windows 10, actually. Let's finish with Windows 10 real quick.
Okay.
So another thing that's going to be... I don't know what this is, actually. I'm just reading this article. Project Spartan Browser. Does anybody else know what that is?
The fuck is that?
Do you know what that is, John? No?
Really
We are
going
lost.
No.
Whoa, God, this is not a fun feeling
We're
right
in
here.
some unfamiliar territory.
Oh, God, yeah, dude. Like, what are we supposed to do? We need people to help us. What is...
Well,
Well,
It's a browser, I guess.
hopefully, let's just say that non-shitty Internet Explorer, maybe it'll actually be usable.
They're really going the whole Halo thing, it looks like.
True, yeah, Spartan browser and
Yeah,
Halo,
Cortana.
Spartan.
so, yeah, they're throwing out Internet Explorer, and they're bringing in this Spartan browser. Maybe it's going to compete with Google Chrome. I don't know. I really like Google Chrome. Honestly, the only thing I don't like about Google Chrome is the fact that it takes up all your fucking bandwidth or whatever. What is it? Your memory?
RAM.
God, your RAM,
Your
yeah.
RAM.
Yeah. That's the only thing that bugs me
Yeah,
about
that's-
Google Chrome. And honestly, I can live with that. I'd happily live with that. But if they're pulling something that's a non-Bing type card, I might be excited for that. That actually sounds kind of cool.
Oh, they're gonna shove Bing down your throat with that thing.
Dude, I really they said they're not doing Bing that much anymore. I thought they said they were just kind of throwing out Bing because it was a failure. It was a hardcore failure.
They were like 3 months late to a Halloween party or something.
Exactly.
Like,
Yes.
Pretty fucking late.
Yeah, pretty fucking
They should have started when Yahoo was on top. There was a before Google. Hopefully people knew that.
What?
There was a before Google was a
Netscape.
the top browser.
Netscape.
No, Netscape was the top search engine.
Yeah. That's Google's a search engine, you Riri.
Yeah, I know.
So it's
No, I'm
Netscape.
saying Yahoo used to be like the top search engine.
No, Netscape.
Netscape
Netscape was the
after-
top one. Netscape was the
Okay.
biggest search engine. Trust me, we had to use it all the time at school. That was all we could use. They said improved multitasking is another thing. Universal apps. That's cool, whatever. This is probably cool for other people. Office apps get touch support. It's kind of cool. Continuum. What is this Continuum? With the rise of a hybrid laptop tablet devices, I'm just reading it. Microsoft wants to make it easier to switch between
It's
either
pretty
mode.
much I read about that. What it pretty much is, it's about like those laptops that turn into tablets, like the Lenovo Yoga.
So you can...
It pretty much means like the second the laptop goes into tablet mode, it recognizes that and goes into tablet Windows 10 mode instead of laptop Windows 10 mode.
Unified settings, control panel. That's actually really cool, actually. The unified settings. Action Center. Yeah, that's Windows 10. Be prepared. It's coming out very soon. Everybody should be prepared for Windows 10. Windows 10 is a godsend. That's the best way I can think of putting it. Everybody should be really excited. If you're getting a computer, don't fret. If you get Windows 8 with it, which is going to be cheaper than Windows 7, then you're going to get the free upgrade to Windows 10. If you do that today. Like if you're going to build a computer right now, you would get that Windows 10 upgrade when it comes out, no matter what. So don't fret if you're worried. Because I remember I was thinking that at first. I was like, God, I need to build this new computer, and the only thing I like is Windows 7, but I really want Windows 10 when it comes out, and I just went ahead and bought it. I'm happy with it. I'll get Windows 10 for free when it comes out, if I so choose. I have a year to do it. Everybody has a year to get it, as long as you have Windows 7 or Windows 8. I think it's worth it. I think I urge everybody to do it. I don't know how much else to say about it.
Get it, motherfuckers!
Yeah, get it. And now we can move on to probably our favorite subject, which this is where we're going to end on. We'll end on this. It's our most anticipated games of 2015. We'll pick one. We'll all pick
Oh,
one.
I already got one. I just thought of mine.
Yeah. I mean, if it's pretty short, then we'll pick 3 maximum. But anyways, we'll start with JJ. JJ seems very excited about this. So, what is your most anticipated game of 2015 that you're really looking forward to?
I hope it's coming out in 2015, but the new Legend of Zelda game, it looks fucking ridiculous.
Isn't that one going to be online? Aren't they doing that online?
They're doing like a Grand Theft Auto style. They have a huge fucking map. You see Link shooting a fucking bomb arrow and shit. It looks fucking gnarly.
That looks pretty
good. God, it's so.
I saw the preview for it.
Skyward Sword is already fucking amazing. Twilight Princess is fucking amazing.
How much of those games did you play on your own without using a guide?
Half of it. Half of it.
That's a big compliment for you.
Like what Brad was saying the other day, like how the fuck did he get free Ocarina at a time? Like I remember getting free Ocarina at a time.
Yeah, that was fun. Water Temple was the worst though, by far. Water Temple was the hardest.
Yep. No, I don't remember how I got through fucking Ocarina at a time. I think like you said, I think I went to my friend's house and asked.
I know I did for sure.
I just holy shit, that game is fucking hard when you're playing it. But I'm fucking excited about that. The Division. That's probably. Kind of want to play that new one that's coming out, the Order 1886 or something like that.
Yeah, the racist one, the Confederate one. That one actually looks pretty cool. Yeah,
the racist one with werewolves.
Yeah, that one actually looks
like,
pretty cool. It's a console only game, by the way.
Oh, is it?
Which is good for you, not for me.
Are they what? Are they fucking racist and a fucking werewolf?
No, it's just Confederation. That's what it is. So
Yeah,
I
know
just
that,
said racist.
No.
Just ignore me.
Okay.
Okay, those are your 3?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll definitely do 3 apiece then. What is yours, Sean? What do you think?
Honestly, I'm just trying to make sure this one game. One sec. Here. Give me 2 seconds. If I'm not mistaken, I was hearing something about Roller Coaster Tycoon 4.
Yeah, I heard about that. It's whispers right now, man. It's whispers.
Yeah, it's whispers.
Yeah.
Well, I'd have to say, the game that's really a lot of people can't wait for, and I definitely can't wait for, is Battlefront.
Yes.
The next one.
Oh yeah.
Yes, Star Wars Battlefront. I was hoping I was gonna be the only one that said that, to be honest with you. But yes,
Sorry.
I'm so looking forward to that.
There's so many did you see the screenshots and everything? Oh my god.
The Witcher 3 is also one. Obviously, that's another one.
Yeah, I haven't played the Witcher series either, and I think that's gonna be a cool game for sure.
Oh shoot! Okay, sorry. I've been looking at a list, trying to remember, get something. I just remembered it. Overwatch.
Overwatch! Oh my god! Overwatch.
Yeah, that's the one we were looking at the other day.
Holy moly! How to forget about Overwatch? Yes, that's a game that I have a lot of hype for. I can't wait to see how it's done.
Oh, they're making a new Homefront. I didn't know they were making a new Homefront. I'd probably play that. That sounds pretty cool. Killing Floor 2? They're making a Star Fox on Wii U. That sounds pretty awesome.
Oh. That does sound amazing.
Yeah, Killing Floor 2 is also a nice game, but... So what's yours?
So my first one is Star Wars Battlefront, hands down. That's the one I'm looking forward to the most. By far. Second one is definitely Division, because I've been looking forward to Division for a long time, actually. I love watching the updates for Division. It just looks so amazing to me. So the third one, it's going to be 2 more, actually, because the third one is a game that already came out, but it's Grand Theft Auto 5. Yeah. But it technically hasn't come out for PC yet, and that's when it starts mattering to me, is when it comes out for PC. So I'm putting that one on my list, just for shits and giggles. And I really am looking forward to it. If there is a game I'm really probably looking forward to, I'm just seeing this list. There's a game, I can't find it. It's gonna bother me.
Well, while you're looking at that, there's one game that I've been looking forward to as well, but it's more of a huge, gigantic patch.
Say that.
And that's the new Dark Souls patch that's coming out. That's supposedly pretty much gonna change the entire game.
That sounds pretty awesome.
And that's something I cannot wait for.
Wait, I have to add another one. Batman Arkham Knight. That's definitely on my top list. Because I own all 3 of those games. I beat them all. I'm fucking stoked about
Nerd.
that one. Oh my god.
Fucking
I've
nerd.
actually never played any of the
They're really good, man.
They're
Batman,
so good.
Arkham, anything.
They're really good, man.
Yeah.
They're worth playing. You can get them for pretty cheap too. So.
Yeah, there's like you can get one like a combo pack or something.
I'm going back to when I really enjoyed console, and I'm probably looking forward to Uncharted 4. To be honest with you,
Oh,
I think I really like that series. It really feels like you're in a movie, and I think I would bring out the PlayStation just to play that game. I mean, the Quantum Break game was one that it's a single player. I think that would be a lot of fun. That's the one I was thinking of. But I don't see actually anything else because I don't know how are you supposed to remember all these games, honestly.
Yeah.
Borderlands: The Handsome Collection.
I don't know what the heck
I see
is.
that it's remastered versions of don't worry about it. Never mind.
Oh yeah, that's already come out. I remember that. Never mind. That's like Borderlands 2.
It hasn't come out
and
yet.
stuff.
It hasn't come out yet.
Hasn't? I just heard about it. Never mind.
Yeah.
But yeah, Dark Souls is throwing down this huge new change in the game in the second one.
That's pretty
Making it
amazing.
more like
I think that's really
big
cool.
change.
I'm not a Dark Souls fan. That game frustrates the hell out of me, as you already know.
Yeah, why weren't you able to play that? Oh my
It's-
God.
You seemed pretty calm playing it. You were also drunk, but
Yeah, I was pretty shit faced. And I only drink for research purposes. If anybody thinks otherwise, I only drink because Brews and Reviews requires me to. I signed a contract.
Yep, that's the contract rules.
Oh, Battleborn! That's it. Battleborn. Yep, Battleborn. Oh my God, Battleborn. Yeah, Battleborn. Yeah, definitely. Battleborn.
Sure.
Do you remember that preview? It's the same people that made Borderlands.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Like, I'm really looking forward to that game. I actually would love to show a trailer of that. That game is kind of going under the radar right now. And
What game?
Battleborn?
No, one game that came out last year that would actually almost make me buy a PlayStation 4 on its own is Little Big Planet.
That game's
the new one.
Little Big Planet's been out forever though.
Yeah.
No, the third one. They came out with a third one for
okay.
PS4.
I was thinking like, dude, Little Big Planet is like
That was a game I played a lot.
I think that game's pretty cool. Anyways, thanks for listening. Hope you turn into future episodes. I'm sure we'll make more. I mean, we'll do stuff. We're gonna do stuff, okay? And you're gonna listen to it because we're gonna make you.
Yep.
Because if you listen to it,
Have a fantastic
John said he would
day.
give away free sex. So I mean, I feel like it's mandatory now. Everybody has to listen.
No.